In this video, we're going to look at how to create hashes, several different ways to create them, how to access and add key value pairs to a hash, and how to manipulate them a little bit. So the first thing we want to look at is how do we create a hash. Now, in the introductory video about hashes, we used, I gotta copy something here, we use this structure here. Let me get rid of this space here because that's gonna give us fits. And the thing I want to point out here is how this construct is actually working. So we have the period after the hash. This is our class name hash. We have the period, which is our method operator saying, hey, there's a method after this. Our method is these brackets, which essentially is saying, hey, we're creating a new hash. Let me go in here and bring up RI and do hash. Oops, the wrong curly brackets. Try the square brackets. There we go. Empty reference retrieves the value corresponding to that. If not, returns the default value, which is hash new. So if we want to go in there and look at that, so it returns a new empty hash. So that's essentially what this is doing. But because we're following it up with some key value pairs, it goes ahead and populates it right away with these key value pairs immediately. So we have the brackets and then we have parentheses. Now inside here, what we have is we have a key. We have this essentially a special type of operator that assigns the key and the value together as far as the hash is concerned. And then we have the value of that hash. Then we have a comma, and then we have the next key value pair. Now that's one way to do it, and that'll work just fine. If you want to choose a little bit different method, if those equal greater than kind of freak you out, you can revert to just using commas and realizing they have to have, you have to have your pairs matching up. You got to have an even number there. You're going to have the same thing, but you'll notice the way it's internally represented is using that equal greater than operator, and it's not a comparison operator. It's like a special type of assignment operator saying, hey, this is the key, this is the value. So that's one way to do it. Another way we could do is we could simply do hash.new. That gets us a new hash, but it's unpopulated at this point. We could actually call it and give it a number of elements that we want. It still is essentially unpopulated, or we could actually do like we did above, which is set it up and give it a value at that point. Now if we want to add a hash to this, say we want to add to y here, what we do is call it with the brackets, and then we give it a key value pair. And again, as above, you can give the key value pair however you want. You could say, let's do this. I'm going to flip this around a little bit and put an integer on there. And now y has one hash. The key is a, and the value is 1, 2, 3. So if we call it with a, you get 1, 2, 3. But if I call it with 1, 2, 3, 4, we're not going to get, whatever that value is in there. It's giving us 10, which doesn't make a lot of sense. So remember, we're asking it for whatever this key is and not the value. On the above one, if we said color and then went in here and I'll be lazy here. You see, there's no key connected to that particular one, but because this is the value, it's not the key. And I think the part here is that you're looking at like a subscript kind of thing of an array. So if you want to delete a particular part of your hash, say I want to get rid of out of that color hash, there I'll show it again to you, and we want to get rid of the red, you could just put in your key and you tell it to delete. Now if I go to color, you can see I've deleted out that key value pair by calling this method right here. So that's a little bit about hashes.